We appreciate you joining us here on this Friday edition of Weather Impact Now at 6:30. I am Chief Meteorologist Trevor Burchett. Of course, this is the show that is all about weather, and we are here every weekday at 6:30 to not only tell you what's happening with the weather, but why it's happening, and also show you what else is going on around the region and around the country. But as always, we start off with a check of our local weather. And I do want to show you a cool video. I want to start off with this. This is a time lapse from yesterday's storm. If you joined us at 6:30 yesterday, we were tracking a thunderstorm that was rolling through Shelby County. This is a time lapse of that storm and a shelf cloud coming into East Memphis. A very cool view here. Watch as the clouds bubble up, and then you see the sky turn a little darker. Then we get this shelf cloud that sweeps in, coming through the county. Incredible view right there. And you see that heavy rain starting to move in. Very, very heavy thunderstorm. Certainly looks scarier than it actually was. These summer storms can sometimes look scarier than they are. Certainly not a severe thunderstorm yesterday, but it did produce some heavy rain and a lot of thunder and lightning. Now, as we have made it to the weekend, as we look ahead, I do think we are mostly dry for Saturday and Sunday. I can't give a 0% chance of rain, though. I think there could be a couple of little showers, but really, most of us should have a fairly dry weekend. I don't think many of us will be impacted by rain at all. Sunday night and Monday, though, that's going to be a different story. I'm tracking a stronger storm system that could bring some more widespread rain and maybe a couple of good gusts of wind as well. That would be late Sunday night into very early Monday morning. So again, most of the weekend's going to be okay. We're looking at Sunday night for the next best chance of rain. Outside right now, it looks a little gloomy. I told you that was going to be the case today. We had the clouds across most of the Mid-South, but we have been dry in Memphis today and across much of the Mid-South. 83 the current temperature. Dew point is not as high today. We had a little cold front yesterday. I guess we could call it a cool front, and it brought the winds to be out of the north. It's not cooling us down all that much, but it is making a little bit of a difference with that humidity not being quite as high. Now, we do still have a couple of sprinkles hanging on in North Mississippi. If you're down toward Batesville, Oxford, Sardis Lake, there's a little bit of light rain down there, but that should be fizzling out here very, very soon. The stronger storms are down to the south. You look down toward Bruce and Calhoun City, and that actually started near Clarksdale. So we had a very heavy, strong thunderstorm just to the south of Clarksdale about 4 o'clock or so. Very heavy rain, gusty wind, thunder and lightning. It also produced some heavy, heavy flooding and rainfall there. If we check out the rainfall for the last 6 hours, there are areas just south of Clarksdale on 278 that picked up over 5 inches of rainfall just in the last 6 hours. And then the crazy part is you look at Clarksdale, 1/4 of an inch. That's how close we were with that storm that kind of just sat over the same area. So it is a little cooler down there where it rained. 77 in Clarksdale. It's still 83 in Memphis, 82 in Corinth, 83 right now in Dyersburg. Again, dew point not quite as high today. It's 66, which is still muggy, but the dew point was in the 70s yesterday, so it felt a lot muggier than it does now. Expect that humidity to ramp up, though, as we look through the rest of the weekend. That muggy, humid air is going to be making a comeback. So again, a couple of sprinkles right now down in North Mississippi. Those will fizzle out. I think by 8 o'clock, those will be done. The rest of the night going to be dry, cloudy for the most part. Temperatures drop down to the 60s and 70s. 68 in Wynn, 69 for Mark Tree. It'll be 68 in Batesville and Oxford, also in Corinth, 68 in Holly Springs and Somerville, 67 tonight in Selmer, 64 in Dyersburg. Now, most of us dry tonight. There could be a couple of little sprinkles somewhere, but I think we're done with the serious rainfall. Tomorrow, we'll start off with clouds, but we'll actually see some sunshine develop through the day. So it's going to be a little bit of a sunnier day for Saturday. That does mean hotter and more humid, though. So we get to the mid and upper 80s tomorrow. Many areas are dry for Saturday. But notice there is that 30% chance of rain, especially in the afternoon. That's going to be the case for both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. We're talking about a mostly dry weekend. Most of us are going to go through the entire weekend and not see a drop of rain. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times, mid to upper 80s. But do be aware, there could be an isolated downpour or two. It wouldn't last long, but some of you could run into a quick little shower at some point this weekend. I think the hour by hour that we're going to show you is doing a great job picking up on that. Notice it has those sprinkles in North Mississippi. They fade away very quickly. Tomorrow morning looks dry. But as the temperatures increase tomorrow afternoon, there you saw it right there, a couple of little specks on the radar. Now, these could pop up anywhere. You know, don't say, oh, that's in West Memphis, it's going to happen there. That's just a model idea of where they could happen. These could happen anywhere in the Mid-South, but it is a good idea that there could just be one or two little showers somewhere that fizzle out pretty quickly. So don't be surprised tomorrow if you do see a little shower. Don't let it ruin your plans, though. It won't last all day. Same thing for Sunday. Most of us stay totally dry, but by Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, we get a couple of more of those pop-up thunderstorms in the heat of the day. Now, Sunday night, we're going to be watching a system that comes out of the north. There's a storm system that's going to develop out in Missouri and Arkansas and Oklahoma. That's going to approach us late Sunday night. So watch this here as we kind of zoom out. That we call this a mesoscale convective system, pretty much just a clump of thunderstorms. So that gets a little closer to us early Monday morning. You see that big complex of storms there? That's going to be approaching us by the time we wake up on Monday. Now, the good news is I expect it to be weakening as it gets closer to us. So I'm not expecting major severe weather, but Monday morning, here's 8 a.m., we're going to have some heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms and a couple of good wind gusts. So just be aware, going back to work Monday morning, I know nobody wants to think about it right now. You could have a little bit of a slow morning commute Monday with some heavy rain and some rumbles of thunder out there. And then spotty storms really remain possible through the day Monday. So Saturday, Sunday, I think we're pretty dry. Again, very slight rain chance. Sunday night, storms redevelop and they'll push through Monday morning. Some could be a little heavier, so just be aware. Tuesday and through next week, we go back to that slight rain chance where a lot of us are dry, but there could be a couple of sprinkles or pop-up showers through next week. You add it up, you're looking at another 2 to 4 inches of rain in Memphis over the next 7 days. Most of that comes with the Sunday night into Monday morning system. But do be aware, this weekend, if you're one of the ones that is in the 20% that happens to see a little downpour, you could get a couple of inches more if that storm happens to park on you. Now, of course, we've had a good bit of rain recently. We continue to see improvements with the drought monitor. Most of North Mississippi now is out of the drought. Memphis is out of the drought. Parts of West Tennessee along Highway 64. Still dealing with drought conditions down in the Delta. That rain today probably helped. And then through eastern Arkansas, especially northeast Arkansas and northwest Tennessee, that drought is still hanging on just a little bit. It's going to take a little bit more rain each and every day to help to clear us out. We have made up a lot of the deficit, though. We were down at one point like 10 inches for the year. So this point, we're looking a little better. By this time, usually we see about 28 inches so far in the year. We're at 25, so not too far off. And I do expect us to stay in a little bit of a rainier pattern. As we get into summertime, these pop-up storms remain pretty typical. So I expect that pattern to continue. That will likely help the drought conditions even more. I know folks out in eastern Arkansas and the Delta are hoping for that. Now, again, rain chances this weekend are pretty low, but there could be an isolated storm. Same thing Sunday night into Monday as storm chances really return. So if you're out and about this weekend or Monday, remember you can watch the radar anytime with the ABC24 Plus app. Scan the QR code on your screen. Just open your phone's camera and point it right there. And that's going to take you to download our app for your TV. So if you have an app that TV you can put apps on, we have an app for that. You can watch our live broadcast, latest newscast, or you can just watch the radar anytime you want. You can check in and check the radar right there on your big screen TV. So again, just search ABC24 on your smart TV or just scan that QR code. Best way probably to do it is to just search. So we've got a couple of sprinkles in North Mississippi. Those should fizzle out. I think the weekend's pretty dry. Some more sunshine, mid to upper 80s. There is a slight chance of a little shower or storm. Again, most of us don't see it, but somebody could get a quick little shower at some point this weekend. Sunday night into Monday morning, that's when our best chance of rain is. Could be some heavy downpours, thunder and lightning, and high wind gusts, especially Monday morning, but even into Monday afternoon, a couple of pop-ups possible. And then an isolated chance of a couple of storms Tuesday. By the end of the week, rain chances do come down. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday turn out a little more dry. We'll keep in that slight rain chance just to be safe, but I think we are going to trend more dry for the end of next week with highs in the mid to upper 80s. All right, coming up after this, if you are headed out of town for the weekend, we're going to check out your regional forecast. We'll also check out the area lakes to show you where you could run into some pop-up storms. That's all after this on Weather Impact Now.